everyone, the best noise rock album you've never heard is back again. How was your college football season? I've been using it to do productive stuff. Yeah, I should probably do the bowls.
Remember how I said the whole season was in jeopardy for college football? Yeah, the Bulls are probably in the most jeopardy. With the whole, "He who shall not be named," there really is no potential for too much travel, so bowl games might be out of the picture entirely, which just makes me sad. So you know what? I'm going to do the bowl games instead. I'm going to be taking our teams from the conference realignment video, go see that, and we're going to put them in the bowls that I said they'd go in. These are not to be taken too seriously, these are pretty much just random. So if your team doesn't make it to a good bowl, it doesn't really matter, man. Kicking us off here is formerly the Gildan, and now just the unsponsored New Mexico Bowl. Here we have a team from the WAC taking on a team from the Mountain West. In this case, we have 6-6 Nevada and 6-6 Wyoming. Moving over to Birmingham, Alabama for the Ticket Smarter Birmingham Bowl. We have Arkansas State at 6-6 and UTSA at 7-5 as a matchup between the Sun Belt and the WAC. Going from Birmingham, Alabama to Narlands, we have the Arnell Carriers New Orleans Bowl in the Superdome. Here we have 7-5 UAB repping the Conference USA and 9-4 Louisiana repping the Sun Belt. In a newish, actually just an old bowl game, we have the Freedom Bowl being played in SoFi Stadium in LA, California. We have Western Kentucky at 6-6 repping the Sun Belt and 8-4 Utah State representing the Mountain West. In our first Power 5 bid, it's the Las Vegas Bowl in Dave Show's home city. We have 7-5 San Diego State repping the Mountain West and Colorado at 6-6 repping the Pac-12. The famous Idaho Potato Bowl up in Boise, Idaho is where we head next, as 6-6 Miami of Ohio from the MAC takes on 8-4 North Dakota State. It's a MAC vs. WAC showdown. In our first of two international bowl games, you have the Bahamas Bowl between 6-6 Marshall of the Conference USA and 7-5 Florida Atlantic of the Sun Belt. Moving down to San Diego, California, it's the Poinsettia Bowl between 8-4 BYU of the Mountain West and 6-6 Northern Illinois of the MAC. I hope you like smoothies because we're heading down to Frisco for the Tropical Smoothie Cafe Frisco Bowl. Here we have 6-6 Louisiana Tech of the WAC taking on 8-5 Rutgers of the Big East. Christmas Eve. Such a beautiful time, so why not have some football to go with it? It's the Hawaii Bowl sponsored by SoFi. 6-6 Tulane takes on 10-3 Hawaii in a showdown of the Conference USA and the WAC. After Christmas is done, the next day we get right back to football with the Independence Bowl. SMU at 9-4 reps the CUSA, and Syracuse at 7-5 represents the Big East. The Military Bowl represents our troops. We have NC State at 6-6 repping the ACC, and Independent Navy at 8-4. The Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl, currently known as the First Responder Bowl, but I wanted to change the name since those games never really like to happen. Representing the Big 12 is 6-6 Nebraska, and representing the WAC is 7-5 South Dakota State. My hometown, sort of Detroit, Michigan, is the host of the Little Caesars Pizza Bowl, because if there's one thing that this city is better known for than cars, it's Little Caesars. From the MAC, you have 8-5 Temple, and from the Big Ten, you have 7-5 Indiana. In its full name, it's the Academy Sports and Outdoors Texas Bowl in Houston, Texas. Here we have Kansas State at 7-5 repping the Big 12, and out of the SEC, Mississippi State at 6-6. The Emerald Bowl, later the Kraft Fight Hunger Bowl, later the Foster Farms Bowl, later the Red Box Bowl. We'll just go with the Emerald Bowl because it's a lot better as a neutral name. Here we have 7-5 Stanford out of the Pac-12 and 10-2 Fresno State out of the WAC. The AutoZone Liberty Bowl in Memphis, Tennessee. Here we see Central Florida at 10-3, repping the Conference USA, taking on number 21 Texas at 9-3. Formerly the Hyundai Sun Bowl, now the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl, played in El Paso, Texas. We have Washington State at 6-6 and number 23 Memphis at 11-2. Formerly the Franklin American Mortgage Music City Bowl, it's now the TransPerfect Music City Bowl in Nashville, Tennessee. This pits 8-4 Iowa out of the Big Ten against number 16 Cincinnati at 9-3 out of the Big East. It was known as the Cheez-It Bowl until this year when the Cheez-It Bowl moved to Orlando. Now the name returns to the Cactus Bowl, which I think is a lot more fitting. Here we see 9-4 Missouri at number 20 in the country out of the Big 12, and 8-4 Minnesota out of the Big 10. An ACC versus SEC Classic. It's the Belk Bowl, now named after a Mayo brand for some reason. Out of the ACC, you have 8-4 Florida State and 7-5 Kentucky coming from the SEC. Do you like home loans? What's a home loan? I'm 16. It's the Arizona Bowl, sponsored by Nova Home Loans. Here we have the Sunbelt 6-6 Troy and the 6-6 Montana Grizzlies. A personal bowl favorite of mine, we head down to San Antonio, Texas for the Alamo Bowl. Number 18 Oklahoma State at 9-3 out of the Big 12. Number 24 Washington 9-3 out of the Pac-12. The Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, a classic game, formerly known as just the Chick-fil-A Bowl, and before that, just known as the Peach Bowl. Weird. Here we see number 7 LSU at 10-2, taking on 11-2 Virginia Tech at number 12 in the country.
Oh, Canada. The original International Bowl is just called the International Bowl. Here we see 7-5 Yukon taking on 6-6 Eastern Michigan in a showdown between the Big East and the MAC. Played in Toronto, Canada, of course.
We head up to Jerry World in Arlington, Texas. It's the Cotton Bowl Classic, it's known as for some reason. Here we see number 11 Wisconsin at 10-2 taking on number 5 Oklahoma at 12-1. Formerly the FedEx and Discover Orange Bowls, which I kind of prefer, we have the Capital One Orange Bowl between number 13 West Virginia at 12-1 and number 10 Oregon at 11-2. Out of Glendale, Arizona, currently known as the PlayStation Fiesta Bowl, but that logo is a bit of a mess, so we're bringing back the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Here we see number 15 Boise State at 12-1, taking on number 8 Baylor at 11-1. New Year's Day. It's a new year and a new bowl game. In the Citrus Bowl, here we see number 14 Michigan at 9-3 and number 17 Auburn at 9-3. The TaxSlayer.com Bowl is finally dead, thank goodness, and the rightful name of Gator Bowl returns. Here we have number 22 North Carolina at 9-3 and South Florida also at 9-3. Good day, mate. Welcome to the Outback Bowl. Can't do a good Australian accent. Here we have the Big Ten versus SEC as 9-3 Penn State takes on number 25 Florida, also 9-3. The All-State Sugar Bowl, one of the classic bowl games. Here we see independent Notre Dame at number 9 in the country and 11-1 overall, taking on number 4 Georgia, 11-2 on the year. The Rose Bowl, the granddaddy of them all. Granddad! Here we see number 6 Utah at 12-1, the Pac-12's champion, taking on number 3 Ohio State at 11-1, the Big Ten's champion. Also on that day, we have the Holiday Bowl out of San Diego, California. 8-4 Arizona State takes on 10-3 Air Force. Known as the Mobile Bowl in the video, but currently known as the Lending Tree Bowl, we have Central Michigan at 9-4, taking on Appalachian State at 11-2. Of course, this game is being played in Mobile, Alabama. As you can probably tell by the logo, because it says that there. In our last bowl game before the national title game, we have the Armed Forces Bowl, as 7-5 Maryland takes on number 19 Army at 11-1. And of course, in the national championship, which rotates between stadiums every year, it's either in Glendale, New Orleans, Pasadena, or Miami, depending on what year it is. And what season would it be if Clemson and Alabama weren't in the national championship game as number 1 and number 2? We had a long ride throughout all the going through all the conferences and all the bowls. Will I be doing the same thing the next season? No!